about reading the floor and making the right reads?
The first thing I'm doing when I'm dribbling up is I'm trying to look to where the gaps are. So if I see there's really nobody on the left block, I'm really trying to do all my moves to manipulate my guy to think I'm going to the right block, just to try to get to that left block. For the gaps in the defense, if you're running different plays.
Hello and welcome to Saturday night with the NBA on 2K Sports. An exciting game on the way. Hi everyone, this is Brian Anderson at the table along with Grant Hill and Brent Perry. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. Now a look at Detroit's starting lineup. Thompson and Harris are the 3 and the 4. Cunningham and Ivy work together as the backcourt. And it's Walker in at the 5. And for the Hornets, they've got Brandon Miller. Ball is out there with Jalen Duren. Then it's Williams, and it's Z in at the point. You know, in game 2 of a back-to-back, just how drained are you from yesterday as a player?
You know, B.A., proper rest and stretching can help a lot. But you're not going to be your usual self at the start of game time. Believe that.
Here we go. So Detroit will get the first possession. Cunningham with the ball, launches a 3. Ball with the rebound. Here's Z. To the middle. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Now, lead passes like that are so hard to defend. He never had to break his stride, so full speed, 2 points. Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
Pass to Cunningham. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
With those kind of handles, man, Cade Cunningham, a special talent.
Here's Z. Ivy defends. Back to Duren. And rejected. They retain possession. And Williams punches it home. Here's Ivy. Pass to Thompson. Cunningham with the ball. He's picked up by Miller. And here's Thompson for 3. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. And this is their first time matched up with the Pistons this year.
Oh, they dominated this team a season ago. They beat them every time they played.
Yeah, it was a completely one-sided season series, and that was no surprise to anyone. This first game between them should give us an idea if they're on a little more even ground this season.
Shot clock at 3. Here's Z. And that's good. His first bucket of the game. And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Now here's Ivy. He had 25 points in his last game. Ball with a steal. Duren against Harris. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
First personal foul.
Yeah, as of right now, Jalen Duren kind of seems like a classic big man. He can block, he can rebound, and he really focuses on finding close-range looks.
The first free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time.
Well, Jalen Duren has a nice game. He plays a lot in the box where he's going to rebound. He's going to be an interior scorer, and his instincts are there as well.
Now here's Harris, an aggressive player on offense, scoring around 16 a game.
First personal foul, second team foul.
Detroit shooting their first free throws of the night.
Harris taking 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Harris.
Capable of playing both the 3 and 4 spots, Harris's versatility is his greatest strength.
And Harris drops them both.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
To the inside. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Charles Lee. I asked him what's the key to slowing down Cade Cunningham. Coach said, quote, not letting him get clean looks inside the arc. Cade is a terrific mid-range shooter and a solid finisher inside, so we just have to get a hand in his face on every shot. Limiting his production could be the difference in this game.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Here's Z, following the score by Detroit. Clock at 6. Down low. Here's Duren. And the dunk by Duren.
And this is why the offense involves Jalen Duren in screen and rolls, showing off his great mobility.
Pass to Harris. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Ivy's shot is off.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
Here's Z. 37 points his last time out. Back to Duren. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. Duren's got 6.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
Thompson passes to Ivy. The Pistons need to get one up quick. And the jam by Walker.
And I'll tell you what, that's what being unselfish is all about. Ivy finding the open man.
Here's Z. Ivy defends. Back to Ball. Lays it up and banks it in.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Here's Cunningham, and he jams it home with authority.
That's a pretty slick dribble move from the big guard in Cunningham. That's how you create some separation.
See the pass to Miller, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Their offense is really humming right now, and it's because of the beautiful ball distribution.
They get the rebound. Harris misses.
They'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
Inside. Williams in the post. Working on Walker. Here's Z. He's watched by Cunningham. Z to pass to Ball. Nails it from 3. Ball's gotten his second bucket.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Cunningham passes to Harris. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Fresh off a win against the Pacers.
They were so consistent from the three-point range in that one. And that's a nice weapon to have as a visiting team.
Yeah, the interesting part was they kept firing away in that game, but the defense didn't make much of an adjustment.
Here's Z. Charlotte needs to get one up in a hurry. It's scooped up. Williams sinks another one. He's on a roll, starting 4 for 4.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Here's Cunningham. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Utah. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Cunningham. Miles Bridges checked in for Williams. Smart's checked in for the Pistons. Sasser comes in for Cunningham. Here's Z, defended by Smart. Down low. Oh, got a piece of it. Here's Z. 5 on the clock. Pass to Miller. Shoots over Thompson. Kept alive.
Yeah, just so active. I love the passion Durham brings to this game. And the skill set, too, is developing.
Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for Charlotte.
Well, hey, guys, I mean, can we talk about how unselfish they've been? Just racking up the assist numbers, moving it around with great precision.
Well, a lot of the players are doing a good job as well of scanning the interior part of the paint. All those inside looks, those are paying off.
Holland, he's checked in for the Pistons. Gary Trent Jr. comes in for Thompson. And Duran drops them both. Pistons trail by 15. Up top, Walker. Pass to Holland. Will it go? Sasser outside. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Trent. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Pickett. Here's Carrington, defended by Smart. Carrington no good.
Bad offense against bad defense. The play looked as ugly as you'd imagine.
Now here's Sasser. He's guarded closely. Smart finds Walker. Clock at 6. Pass to Sasser. And the jam by Walker.
Grabs the board and goes right in for the putback. I love it, B.A.
Yeah, wanting to close the gap. Makes sense to get aggressive on the glass here. Now here's Bowl. Still no points. That one goes. Count it.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Pass to Trent.
Pistons foul call. Gary Trent.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Charlotte.
Second team foul. In for Charlotte, Yusuf Nurkic.
And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. 15-point game. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
He drops yet another dime. Just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Here's Smart. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Here's Carrington. 14 points for him last game against Indiana. And that one's good. Pickett.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
And it's Detroit with the ball. Following the bucket by the Hornets. And there's the call on Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul of the game.
Third team foul.
Detroit with the ball. Trailing by 19. Good on the shot. Walker's got 6.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Pickett passes to Bowl. Here's Carrington. Here's Pickett. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
His passing, another high point in that game. He made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
They're playing with a lot of energy tonight. We can see that in their dominance on the glass.
Here's Walker. He's got it. 4 for 4 now. He's automatic.
Well, he hasn't missed yet, guys, and the defense is scrambling for answers to stop this hot start.
Here's Pickett. Can't hit. 1 for 2 now. Pistons trail by 15. Sasser outside. Pass to Walker. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
Feels like the other 4 guys have disappeared at this point. He wants to be the one to get them back.
Here's Carrington, defended by Smart. Now here's Bridges. Just 5 to shoot. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Now here's Walker. In his last outing, 8 points for him. Sasser, right side. Yep, that one goes. Hornets leading by 16. We've got ball. Durant out there with Brandon Miller. And it's Z in at the 2. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hornets.
Durant, one of the league's most powerful players. He doesn't mess around close to the back.
And the Pistons shooting at 45% of the game so far. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. Well, Z in their last game against the Pacers delivered quite a performance. He ended up with 37 points, and he was dealing assists all around. And just a huge game for him. His coaches would love to see him do it again. Guys?
It really was some night for him. He couldn't have been much better, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. There was nothing they could do to contain him. Once he got rolling, it was game on.
And sometimes you can just look at a guy and you see the confidence that he's playing with. That's what I like best.
Here's Z. Back to ball. Beyond the arc. And from the field after that one, 3 for 4 now.
Always eager to find a bucket. Ball drops into his shot immediately.
They swipe it to the middle. And Paul throws it down.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Now here's Thompson. That one's off. Still out of sync.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And Brent, 2 of the best athletes in the league are brothers, Asar and Amen Thompson.
These guys are absolutely off the charts in terms of their elite ability to get up off the floor. And Asar came in a little less heralded than his brother, but he might have a slight advantage in a very important category, and that's shooting the ball.
Ivy goes in. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
And this is what makes Ivy special, his ability to finish with power at the rim.
To the paint. Tipped. Well, Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
He's off on the first. And the second free throw is good. The Pistons have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Ivy passes to Thompson. Elbow shot. It's rebounded by Salon. Here's Charlotte. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Here's Miller. Second chance shot. And Duran lays it in. Duran's got 7 now in this quarter.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Left side Walker. And the ball out of play. The Hornets will have it. All right, a chance to check out stats for him. The Hornets have gotten 5 of their first 6 attempts to fall in the second. 3 minutes of action thus far in the second. Six to shoot. Miller on the wing. Offline with a three. Miller's gone just 1 for 4 so far. Thompson. Ball with the rebound. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. At the conclusion of this one, they're off to Brooklyn where they'll face the Nets. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just one game.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Here's Ivy. And it's out of bounds. Pistons able to retain possession here. All right, now let's have a look at who was really dominating the boards last season. Mark Williams is second, and of course Jalen Duren.
These two were a consistent presence around the rim, able to anticipate where the ball was going and just gobbling up the boards.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Shot clock at 6. Harris passes to Thompson, puts it up, and Cunningham gets it to go on the assist by Thompson. Cunningham's got 6.
Good instincts from Cade that time. He has the shot all picked out, so why waste time? Let it rip.
Here's Z. Back to Ball. Pass to Duren. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
The Pistons have got 2 of 7 attempts to drop since the end of the first quarter. Duren against Walker. Blocked.
Yeah, anytime you put the ball up near Duren, there's a chance it ends up back in your face. Great job drawing the foul and almost converted the shot as well.
First trip to the line for him here.
At the line for 2, LaMelo Ball.
The first one falls.
You got to respect the enthusiasm LaMelo Ball brings to his game. He thrives out here under the bright lights with all eyes on him.
And Charlotte making a change here. Williams is checked in. Now here's Cunningham. He's got 6. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Now one on Ball.
What you get in Cade Cunningham is an oversized point guard who really knows how to use his size, see the floor, and initiate offense.
Both free throws good from Cunningham. Here's Charlotte. They're on a 16-6 run. Here's Z. Pass to Miller. To the inside. Here's Z. Miller on the wing. The 3. Sinks the tray. Miller's got 5 points.
They're shooting nearly 50% from beyond the arc, and their confidence is growing.
Now Walker. Back to Cunningham. Thompson outside. No good there. Ooh, excellent D there from Ball.
No matter what he's tried, it hasn't worked. Unfortunately, the team is suffering from that.
And Salam gets it to go.
And when you've got your opponent down, you don't want to take your foot off the pedal.
This is what great players try to do. They're not allowing the opposition to gain any kind of hope to try and get back in the game.
Here's a look at what's coming up for the Charlotte Hornets. On Tuesday, they kick off a road trip in Brooklyn where they'll take on the Nets. And then Friday, they'll be taking on Chris Middleton and the Washington Wizards.
Looking at this stretch, they should have little issues beating most of their opponents. They just need to keep the intensity up and avoid playing down to their competition.
Now here's Williams. Give him 8 points now. Here's Z. Ivy defends. Ball outside from deep three-point land. And again, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He has been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Picked his pocket. See the pass to Williams. The rebound by Detroit. Walker's got 4 rebounds in the game. Pass to Ivy. Back to Cunningham to halt the run. Knocks down the long J. He's got 11.
He's been terrific tonight, and with a little help from the other guys on the floor, they might be able to turn this game around.
Here's Z. Six on the shot clock. Pass to Williams. Here's Salon. And the Hornets, another 3.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made from.
The Hornets making a switch here. Bridges is checked in. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
The NBA wants to ensure that every team has a shot. Commissioner Adam Silver said, "We want parity of opportunity. People aren't interested in seeing teams buy championships, and we've made progress. In the long term, we're better off with more competitive fairness among all of the teams."
That's true. It keeps everything interesting. Thanks, Allie. Here's Z. Just 5 on the clock. Miller on the wing. Fires for 3. Williams. And the tip-in on the offensive board. Williams has got 10 points.
They're winning the battle down low by imposing their will.
Detroit has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Cunningham looking it over. Harris outside. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
First personal foul.
He's a capable shooter, but I like the initiative there from Tobias, taking it inside, forcing the defense back and drawing contact.
Sasser's checked in for Cunningham. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And they seem to have taken a more heads-on approach this quarter, and it's getting them to the free throw line.
See the pass to Nurkic. Shoots from the right block. Uses the glass that time. It's good. Nurkic has gotten his second bucket on the night.
Think about Nurkic and how great it is to see him back on the floor. That horrific leg injury back in March 2019. That's his second foul, but not the end of the world. One more before halftime, though. That would change some things.
Smart passes to Harris. Pass to Sasser. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Well, not known for his passing, but Harris is pretty prudent there with the ball. Not a lot of careless turnovers from him.
Here's Z. And here's Nurkic. Ooh, he's looking comfortable now. 3 for 3.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
It's stolen away. The shot is good.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
And the Pistons shooting just around 33% since the second quarter got underway. Harris up top. Pass to Holland. Rejected by Bull. And they're able to recover.
Nurkic big and blocking.
Down low. Here's Carrington. Here's Nurkic. Good D by Harris. And so it's Harris with it. He brings it up for the Pistons. Here's Sasser. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Second personal foul.
Yusuf Nurkic picks one up.
Foul.
Detroit shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts of the game.
Marcus Sasser taking 2 shots.
Both shots good from the stripe. Charlotte's gone 4 of 6 from outside. Looking sharp here in the second. Here's Z. Sasser defending. 1:43 left in the second. 5 to shoot. Pass to Carrington from outside the arc. Second shot opportunity, and he sinks the layup.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Now Harris, defended by Nurkic. Harris against Nurkic, and it's good. 2 points. Harris has gotten 4 this quarter.
Tobias Harris getting a little bit creative, finding some room on the inside and keeping the defense guessing with that shot attempt.
Here's Z. Pass to Nurkic. Here's Z. To the paint. Out to Bridges. The 3-ball. Nails it from beyond the arc. Bridges has got 7.
They're unafraid to let it rip from downtown, extending their lead.
And out of bounds, Charlotte will have it.
Yeah, the body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
Pickett, he's checked in for Charlotte. And so it's Charlotte. Don't see too many 39-point leads in the NBA. Incredible. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Jalen Duren with a strong contribution so far on this one.
He's been a real difference maker today in terms of reeling in offensive boards.
And the team appreciating all of that dirty work going on. His activity has been phenomenal.
Kicking off the second half, here's Will Hardy's 5. Cunningham and Ivy work together as the backcourt. Thompson and Harris are the 3 and the 4. And it's Walker in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And here's Thompson for 3. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Ball's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
To the middle. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
You gotta love his unselfishness, and you know his coach does as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
Goodness, Cade was way back there. Look at him expanding his range.
Williams' shot is good.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
The putback controls the rebound and the putback.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
Inside. Here's Miller. And another dime for him. The chemistry he has with his guys is impressive.
I mean, keeping his head on a swivel, actively seeking out his teammates, incredible.
And again, another assist. And that's his 20th assist. Wow.
He's doing a great job at orchestrating the offense.
Cunningham, right side. Another steal. Ooh, nice shot by Miller. Miller's got 11 points.
And you know Coach loves seeing his offense operate at this level. Great passing out there.
Here's Ivy. And no good. The Hornets have gone an impressive 5 of 5 so far in the third quarter. Miller on the wing. Pass to Z. Duren with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He's off on that one. Harris with it. Now guarded by Duren. Harris misses. And Ball will bring it up here for Charlotte. Here's Z. Williams up top. Ball outside. Out to the wing. Pass to Z. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. And a chance now to look at the highest scoring teams in the league from last season. Number 1, Charlotte.
The way this team played on the offensive end last year was remarkable. Seemed like every night they got everything they wanted and then some.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Team foul.
Cunningham outside. Pass to Walker. Unloads from 13. And again, no good by Detroit. Charlotte's gone 7 of 14 from the perimeter in this one. And here's Duran, pounded by Harris. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Williams with it. Walker covering. Another possession, another assist.
Another possession, another assist.
Man, is he sharing the ball well, hitting his guys right in their spots. 2 in the cold spell, and that one's good. Cunningham's got 5 points in the quarter.
And Cade doing a great job of figuring out how it is that he's going to stay this efficient.
And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. Yep, that one goes.
2 points.
Ball's got 17 points. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Charlotte.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
Man, scoring off of turnovers is so helpful. I mean, you get easy opportunities at the rim. It devastates the opponent. They've done a great job tonight at converting on those chances.
Here's Cunningham. He's got 16. And again, it's Detroit converting. Here's Charlotte. They're on a 14-6 run. Z, the pass to Williams. Yet another assist.
25 assists. What an unselfish performance.
Looking like Scott Skiles right now with all these dimes. Pass to Harris. Back to Cunningham. Puts it up from 12. And there's another one for the Pistons.
Some retro action from Cade Cunningham, the mid-range J.
To the inside. Stolen by Ivy. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule.
And that puts them just 1 foul from the bonus.
And you see player training methods, Grant, a lot more than just running and getting shots up.
And you know, B.A., what interests me, players not just training their bodies better than ever, but also their minds. They're working on hand-eye coordination drills and just all kinds of stuff to enhance their reflexes.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
And Cunningham, with his size and ability, he is constantly applying pressure to the defense.
And this will be a second trip to the free throw line.
2 shots.
He hits the second from the line. Here's Z. Down low. Here's Ball. And Ball throws it down.
You know, when everything's clicking, Ball can steal the show. And we're seeing it right here.
Duran against Harris. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Harris has got 9.
Coaching staff would like some more shots from that range.
Here's Z. Pass to Williams. Here's Z. Ivy defends. Just 5 to shoot. C to pass the ball. Another possession, another assist. That's another dime from him.
He's tallying them up fast, B.A.
Outside Walker. Back to Cunningham. Good, and it's Walker who picks up the assist. Cunningham's got 23 points.
You got to have poise and you got to have body control, and Cunningham displayed both on that play.
Here's Z. Ivy defends. C to pass to Williams. It's good. Williams has got 10 points in just the second half.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game.
Pass to Ivy. And there's the drive. Oh, and now powered it down.
And he is a hard charger. Ivy only plays at full speed. A great burst on his drives.
Here's Z. Ivy defends. To the middle. Here's Ball. And again, another assist.
Another possession, another assist.
Man, is he sharing the ball well. Hitting his guys right in their spots. From 9 feet out. And that one's good. Cunningham. 25 points in the game.
Feels like the other 4 guys have disappeared at this point. He wants to be the one to get them back.
And another dime for him.
He's now tied for 3rd all-time in the record books for most assists.
He's been playing all game like he knows exactly when and where to pass the ball. Incredible. Ivy with the ball. Guarded now by Williams. And stolen by Williams. Miller, the pass to Z. To the paint. Out to the right wing. Pass to Miller. Over Ivy. Miller can't get it to go.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Ivy's shot is off.
It wouldn't surprise me to see him find his touch and still be a factor. Don't count them out yet.
Here's Z. Ivy defends. Oh, stolen by Harris. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
We've seen scoring totals increasing, and fans might appreciate it, but NBA VP and head of basketball ops Joe Dumars said, quote, "I think what fans really want to see is incredible competition. The score is secondary to that. And guys, you talk about competing, Joe D brought it at both ends of the floor."
No doubt about that. Well said, Allie. Now here's Harris. He's got 9. Here's Cunningham. That one is off. Some solid defense from Williams. Back to Ball. Another possession, another assist.
His passing has just been magician-like all game.
Over and over, he just knows where to find the open man. Now by himself for 3rd most assists in a game all time. Cunningham finds Ivy. And he's going for the oop here. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
You know, he's run that set a lot, even in his college days. Ivy's aware of every option he has in the pick and roll. Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Now here's Cunningham. 25 points in the game.
Well, you combine the handles and the passing and the vision of Cade Cunningham at that size. It makes him such an intriguing player.
He's gone 3 of 4 from the line.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. So Charlotte ends up going with a new group. And he can't hit the second. And for the Hornets, their shooting has been incredible, 72%. Pass to Bridges, puts up a 3, and the Hornets another 3.
and just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Now here's Bridges. He's got 10. Here's Carrington. Out left to the wing. Here's Pickett. He's watched by Cunningham. Here's Pickett. Clock at 6. Pass to Bowl. Count it. Bowles got his third basket of the night.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
This team did something at halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
Here's Holland following the bucket by the Hornets. Now Trent gets some space and buries the jumper.
Trent being efficient inside the arc. That's a nice looking shot.
Here's Pickett, guarded by Trent, off his leg. And the ref saying he kicked it. And the Pistons making a change here. Sasser's checked in. .35 seconds left in the third. For three, Bridges. They get it back. Bowl. And he gets that one. Bowles got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's a backbreaker for the defense. I mean, offensive boards like that run momentum against you.
Yeah, that pops your confident balloon out there, just completely deflating when plays like that happen.
Now here's Trent. So far, he's averaging 11 points a game. Just 5 on the clock. Sasser outside from downtown gets the 3 ball to go. Sasser's got 9.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
LaMelo Ball getting it done for the Hornets. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. We'll be right back after this word. As we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. They've got Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Carrington in at the 2. That's the Hornets 5. Sasser outside. Goes up from the block. Here's Klintman. Rejected by Bowl. Pass to Pickett. Well, you look at the so-called super teams that have been assembled in recent years. A lot of cautionary tales.
Yeah, I mean, teams giving up their draft picks for the better part of a decade to bring in a star. It can get ugly really fast if things don't work out. They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Smith left side. Back to Sasser. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Well, that just scrambled the defense all kinds of ways with that great initial pass.
Pass to Carrington. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
First team foul.
Man, good whistle there.
At the line for Charlotte. Ball. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. And he's good on the second. And here's Sasser. Up top, Smith. Pass to Trent. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Here's Salon. Outside Bull. Here's Carrington, guarded by Trent. Shot's good by Carrington.
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Klinman to the middle. Off target at the rim. You know, Grant, we've seen career performances in the play-in tournament, but the stats don't count for regular season or the playoffs.
You know, that's crazy, B.A. So let's just count them as playoff stats. It used to be only 3 rounds instead of 4, so there is a precedent to adding more games to the official postseason.
Here's Pickett, using his post moves to get the 2 points.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
And a bit of a battle for the ball, and the officials signal a jump ball here. And it's
substitution on the court.
pass to Nurkic. Walker with a steal. Now Sasser. Hey, shooting the ball well. He's 5 for 9 in the game.
Wow, he doesn't make those kind of plays too often. Sweet move inside.
Here's Z. Six to shoot. Pass to Pickett from deep three-point range. Yet another assist.
I am just speechless here. He has now tied the record for most assists in a game.
A transcendent game. His command of the offense on complete display. Sasser with the ball. Takes a three. Rebounded by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Down low. It's stolen by Smart. Now here's Cunningham. Well, Grant, it appears the league expansion is around the corner. Any concerns about spreading the talent too thin?
Not really, B.A. I mean, the global pool of players competing for an NBA roster.
And again, another assist.
There it is. Move over, everyone. There is a new assist king.
Oh, he's been magnificent all game with his playmaking. And now the record is his alone.
And his incredible performance passing the ball, attracting cheers from the crowd.
Oh, he's given them a game to remember, and they're showing their appreciation.
I have to tell you, this has been one of the best passing games that I've ever seen from him. Every pass on target, on time, and look at the assist total.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance Player of the Game.
And guess what? This was his game all night. I mean, he tore through the defense and almost never took a bad shot out there. Really, a level of offensive consistency most players can only dream of.
Oh, he's a crowd favorite. This building is never more alive than when he's at his best. And he was beyond at his best tonight. He had this place going crazy. Yes, it's good. Ivy's got 9 points here in the second half.
Hey, whatever coach told him during the break is beginning to pay off.
Here's Z. Shot clock at 6. Over to the wing. Here's Salon. Here's Nurkic. And that one's good with extra effort on the glass. Nurkic has got 8 here in this quarter.
Yeah, when Nurkic goes across the lane, they're hard to get him out of the way, and he collects the offensive rebound.
Here's Holland. That one rolls around and rims out. Here are the Hornets with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. See the pass to Bridges. Ooh, coming through again, shooting 5 for 7 now.
And he was dominant in their last outing, and the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way, no roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Hornets.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And with this one, they go double digits in the win column.
It's just the start of this season series with 3 games left between them, but it must feel great to take the first meeting.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Z.
Serving up feeds all night long. He was the best teammate that they had on the floor.
To the inside. Ooh, he's found his rhythm. 7 for 10 and counting.
An impressive job by... this team, and you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Z. Ivy defends. Here's Z to the right side. Here's Stallone. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
And so Charlotte takes this one by a big margin. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Barry, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for tuning in.